I saw in your book, it's quite interesting, quite a brave thing for you to say, I thought, as a very renowned Christian, to come out supportive of gay marriage, for example.
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the word marriage when it comes to same-sex relationships. What I tried to say in the book was that I gauged everything by my parents. If I meet and have met people of the same sex who have been in a relationship for 40, sometimes 50 years, in my book I was trying to say, how can this be so different?
Did you get flack from other Christians for doing that?
I haven't had. There must be flack out there.
The argument against it, I'm not going to labour this point, but the argument against it is that, you know...
I guess what?
Well, some...
Against Christianity?
No, not against Christianity. Against the gay marriage issue, which has become a big issue for a lot of Christians, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe it is.
And they don't like the idea of a man marrying a man. They don't think it should be allowed.
But that's what I mean. I don't use even the word marriage. I like that civil union thing.
Civil partnership.
Civil partnership, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it. It lets you know that these two people are committed, and it can even be written down, and therefore, you know, they should have the same rights.
Did you regret in your book, for example, detailing your friendship with John, who's the priest who, you know, shares your life? Because all that did actually was create a huge firestorm, again, of attention about your alleged sexuality.
I've been through it all before. As I say, I like...
Did you know that was going to happen? Or did you, when you read the coverage, think, oh, I was a bit...
No, I didn't, because it doesn't surprise me anymore, but I'm disappointed that they can't just deal with the fact that I will have friends of both sexes. I don't want to be dragged into this open discussion of people that you don't even... And Piers, look, we don't know each other very well.
No.
If we became bosom pals, I might tell you all sorts of things, and some of the things you may not like to hear. But nevertheless, I won't do that unless...
I'm ready for it. I've got a very thick skin. Well, I used to edit tabloid papers. I've heard it all.
I haven't got a thick skin. I find I'm sensitive to a lot of things still. I think my sexuality makes no difference, as it doesn't your sexuality. Anybody's sexuality makes no difference to people who you meet and who like you.
How many people out there know the truth about your sex life? How many people do you trust enough for them to know?
I wouldn't say that. I would talk about that to almost... I can't think of anybody I would have spoken to that directly.
Really? Even closest friends?
My closest friends, you know, wouldn't even ask me about things like that.
Really?
No, of course not, because they're the same ilk as I am. They would think it... Well, I would think it would be downright rude of them, because to me it's totally unnecessary. It doesn't make any difference to me. I sing, I make people laugh sometimes. I'm a fairly nice guy. I do a lot of charitable work, and in the end, the essence of what I am isn't anything to do with my sexuality. It's more to do with my childhood, my relationship with my sisters and my family, the relationship with the people that work with me, my friends, and none of that necessarily, it doesn't have to have a sexual aspect.
I totally agree with you. I mean, I think that argument's got complete logic to it. I've known your career. I interviewed on the Wimbledon News, age 19, you know, so that's 25 years ago. Been fascinated by your success over so many decades and everything else, but also struck by the fact that of all the celebrities I've probably ever interviewed, you've always been the most open and honest of all of them. I can't think of anybody more frank about themselves, their deficiencies, their virtues, their success, their failures, and so on. But the one area that you've allowed over the years, over the decades, to continue to get this sort of mythology around it is your sexuality. And I'm curious, why...
Well, it's not just my sexuality. I mean, there are things that I don't like to talk about publicly because I don't think they're anybody's business. I've never got that through to the press. And they still ask me the questions, and I still don't answer them. Because, you know, and I've been asked questions that I wouldn't ask my best friends, people I have known for years. I would never dream of ask... I'm not going to tell you, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. And
do you feel uncomfortable talking about sex?
No, not at all, no. I'm uncomfortable about talking about sex with people I don't know.